And when it comes to Classroom of the Elite, that villain is Ichika, because she completely changes the game. In previous arcs, Ayanokōji, our protagonist, was the mastermind. We saw the game through his eyes as he schemed and destroyed his opponents. But this time, the shoe is on the other foot as Ayanokōji goes up against his smartest opponent yet. And while she knows exactly who he is, he has no idea where she's coming from. And more importantly, what she's planning, turning a simple conversation into one of the bloodiest encounters we've had yet. And all starts with Tsukishiro, who uses his authority as the chairman to smuggle Ichika in with the other first years, all for the purpose of expelling Ayanokōji. He also creates a special exam to put Ayanokōji at a major disadvantage, the partner exam, where second-year students like Ayanokōji have to pair up with first years to take a written test. The combined score will determine Ayanokōji's fate, because even if he scores perfect, if his partner scores a 0, he's done. So the plot takes an interesting twist where we go from logical games to a mystery, where we, alongside Ayanokōji, have to figure out how his enemies are plotting to expel him. And the foundation of any good mystery are clues, and the first one we get in this arc is the OAA. It's basically a database available to all students where you can find out someone's name and abilities using their face. And we make use of this clue right away because the first time Ayanokōji meets Ichika is when she's eavesdropping on a conversation between him and Horikita. Ichika then asks Horikita for her name and academic ability because she's trying to find a good partner to do well on the exam. And alarm bells go off because of the OAA. Ichika could easily look up her academic rating and name, so why is she asking, making her suspicious in Ayanokōji's eyes? Horikita declines the offer, hoping Ichika would partner with her classmate Sudo instead, who needs one badly. Surprisingly, Ichika accepts the offer, but only if they do something for her. And this is where things get weird, as Ichika expresses her interest in strong guys. Sudo is confident in his strength, but Ichika wants a demonstration. So she makes the outrageous demand that they gather up all the best fighters in the second year and have a showdown. Even though it's ridiculous, Horikita entertains it, dropping another clue that'll be useful later. Because at the school, violence is allowed as long as no one reports it. So if they have a competition and no one complains, it's okay. And if no one shows up, Sudo wins by default, which was Horikita's plan all along. However, Ayanokōji notices that Ichika saw through Horikita's plan and rightfully changes her mind. Because just as they were probing her, she was probing them. So now Ichika is like, I want a guy who can cook. And since Sudo can barely put together cup ramen, Horikita offers Ayanokōji as tribute, saying that Ayanokōji brags about cooking all the time, which is straight up slander. Ichika is excited and accepts if Ayanokōji can cook her a good meal, she will help Sudo. But Ichika wants her meal now, and after a bunch of negotiating, they decide on after school tomorrow. And Ayanokōji reminds Horikita that he cannot cook, so she has to come up with a plan. So we fast forward to the next day where Ayanokōji waits for Ichika at the mall. However, he is wary of Ichika, so now is the perfect time to investigate. But Ichika's demands get even more ridiculous because on top of cooking for her, he has to buy all the ingredients. And on top of even that, Ichika drags him to buy kitchenware. Which made no sense because Ayanokōji already has everything at home. So to probe her, Ayanokōji asks if Ichika is interested in the culinary arts. She denies it. She'd rather have somebody cook for her than put in the effort. While looking at the items, Ichika debates what they'd need. And then she just starts putting all the stuff in, like cutting boards, whisks, a ladle. However, the one thing Ichika confidently grabs is a knife. And each item was top shelf. There is nothing cheap in that cart. Even the knife came with a fancy sheath. But Ayanokōji already has all of these things at home. In the White Room, efficiency was beat into Ayanokōji's skull, so this goes against every fiber of his being. He made peace with it by imagining all the interesting things he can make with these expensive tools. However, Ichika warns that he can only use this stuff when cooking for her, which prompts him to ask if she was some sort of demon. Ichika asks Ayanokōji if he thinks she's a bad girl, but Ayanokōji did not think so. And it was at this moment the two looked into each other's eyes and realized something. The two then head out while Ayanokōji asks her a few more questions, like why does she want a meal made by a guy she barely knows? But Ichika counters, comparing it to a restaurant and bragging that if she ever runs out of points, she can always go to him for food. Which again, Ayanokōji found odd because she can go to anyone else for food. Why a guy like him in the second year? The two finally arrive at the dorm, and while Ichika says that it looks unsettling, she does not look nervous at all. Back at his place, Ichika makes herself at home, but to Ayanokōji, it's now a battlefield. The dish Ichika wants is Tom Yum Goong, which is a type of Thai hot and sour soup, and she wants him to make it without looking up any instructions. No.
Dessa mina, a besta nós já conhece. Sei muito bem dessa mina, a besta nós já conhece. Ela pode, 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 ela parede, vira seu bumbum pra cá. Na cara pra parede, vira seu bumbum pra cá.
あのちっぽけなナイフ。それは私のものだろう。あなたは私のナイフで自分を刺すつもりでした。私のナイフで自分を刺そうとしていたようだ。それを証拠に霊光率を退学させるつもりだろう。
面白いな。黙って近づき、全体重を乗せて刺しに来たのは上出来だったが、一瞬早く動けた。
あなたを沈黙させる最も効果的な方法、霊光率。 両効率がここに外に出して戦いを仕掛けるつもりか。そしてスドと掘り来ってから僕はナイフを抜き出して君を突き殺した。それが僕の退学を省いた。それはあなたの計画だった。
話ってのは何だよ。
作業まで。
なお、優待者と同じクラスメートが不正解した場合、答えを無効として受け付けない。
霊効率が未知それを買った人間でした。だから君がこれを引き抜いたとき、僕はすぐにそれが自分のものだと分かりました。たとえそれが僕のナイフで、僕が傷ついていても、君の質問がついている。だから、君は簡単に逃げることはできない。あなたは退学することになります。
お前は、一体どういうことだ。